Thank you for joining us this evening. Thank you. The Dharmasthala issue was a hoax, viewers. On the other hand, in neighboring Tamil Nadu, the Madurai Deepathoon controversy with the Thiruparankuntran temple exploded into a full-blown political storm, pitting the state's ruling party, the DMK, against the judiciary. Earlier, Union Home Minister Amit Shah launched a scathing attack on the opposition in the Lok Sabha for introducing an impeachment motion against a Madras High Court judge, saying this has never happened in the history of independent Bharat. He was referring to a motion by the opposition MPs, including the DMK, for the removal of Madras High Court Judge Justice G.R. Swaminathan, who ordered the Subramaniya Swamy temple authorities to ensure that the lamp is lit at the deepathoon near the dargah. But this is temple land at the top of the hill as per tradition. Listen in.
कोई जज आजादी के इतने साल में नहीं हुआ है मान्यवर कि कोई जज एक जजमेंट दे तो जज के खिलाफ इंपीचमेंट लेकर आते हैं।
Let's go across to our guests. We'll go across to Uma Anandan, leader Tamil Nadu BJP in a bit. T.R. Ramesh, lawyer and activist with us, and Harish Ibrahim, political analyst, supports the DMK, or let's say opposes the BJP and the NDA. Let's put it that way. My namaste and Vande Mataram to everyone. Thank you very, very much. T.R. Ramesh, what's the situation here? Amit Shah says this is vote bank politics. The DMK has come out and said we moved a formal complaint in August itself, and they have said that in our impeachment motion, it's not this judgment. We have cited 13 instances where we believe that Justice Swaminathan has violated the principles of the Constitution and that he is partisan in his judgments. Your reaction? You have a different take altogether. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can only agree with Amit Shah ji 200%. I'd like to agree with him even more.
Okay.
This is complete vote bank politics and in a very cheap manner. First of all, the Muslims in Madurai, especially in Thiruparankuntram area, they have no qualms in the Deepam being lit on the deepathoon. Nobody has come in large numbers as expected by DMK, and it did not happen. Muslims are very clear in this. This is going to be a 20-minute religious function, which is going to happen in the land belonging to the temple. They have no qualms about it. But to show that we are the court of the minorities, only we protect the minorities, the DMK thought this is an opportunity. This is to establish further credentials of their protecting the minorities. And the election coming very soon in Tamil Nadu, they want to do this. There was no reason for them to disobey the court order, which is direct, which is clear, which is perfect. But if you have a problem with the judgment, you can go to the same judge. You could have gone to the same judge on that day or the next day. You could have said there is a situation where law and order problem will be there. And we could have asked for the stay of the judgment. Alternatively, you still had a day. You could have gone on an appeal. My case on the Mandala Puja in Payani, I approached the court on a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
And the Honorable Chief Justice and his companion judge heard my case at his residence at 3 p.m. and passed orders that the temple tradition should not be violated. If a petitioner like me, an ordinary petitioner like me, can knock the doors of the court and get judgment on a holiday, why not the government? And if they have a real compelling reason to do that, they could have gone.
Right.
The second thing is, if you are agreed with the judgment, you go on an appeal. You don't go for an impeachment motion. This is unheard of, as Amit Shah ji pointed out, in the history of independent India. This is unheard of. And they know very well, the MPs who have gone and sought impeachment, they know very well, if they target a Brahmin judge, the liberals and these pockets and others are not going to open their mouth. They're just going to keep quiet. They're talking about judicial indiscipline. The worst form of judicial indiscipline was seen when Justice Bhanumati, as a single judge, tried to overturn the Supreme Court's constitutional bench judgment in the Chidambaram temple case in 2009. She passed an order that in violation of the judgment of the Supreme Court, and within a matter of hour, the Tamil Nadu government obeyed and took over the Chidambaram temple by reaching out an executive officer there. The same DMK obeyed the court's order when it favors them. And when it thinks it should not obey, they are not obeying it. And
Okay.
to justify, they are going for this impeachment motion, which is totally ill-advised
Right.
and ridiculous.
Right. Now, Harish Ibrahim, Anandan is also with us. My namaste, Umanand. Thank you very much. Now, a few things. The petitioner's lawyer, M.R. Venkatesh, was here on the right stand last evening, and there are a few things that he very clearly he clarified. One, he said that in 1996, a similar judgment was passed, where it said that the deepathoon, if it any structure which is more than 15 meters away from the dargah, Hindus are allowed to go ahead and practice whatever their faith and tradition and implement it. The deepathoon at that time also was measured to be more than 15 meters. The deepathoon always existed even before the dargah. That has also been documented and clarified. The other thing to our viewers and to our guests this evening, 2005, there was an NOC given by the Muslim Paksha or the Muslims there, who said that we don't have any objection to the Hindus lighting the lamp at the top of the deepathoon as long as there is this distance from the dargah is maintained. Then Justice Swaminathan, before presenting the judgment, he first added the Muslim Paksh as the Prativadis. He brought them on and asked them their opinion. He asked the state, what is the nature of this pillar? Is it a deepathoon? And the state said, yes, it is a deepathoon, it is a Hindu structure. He went personally to the temple area and he measured it himself, and the and judged and measured the deepathoon to be more than 15 meters away from the dargah. That's when he's come back and said, and his first order reads very clearly, viewers and to our guests, that it's not the petitioner or Hindu devotees who have to go and light the lamp. He told the HRNC officers who were there, you please go and light the lamp and continue this tradition. That's what he told them. Two of the HRNC officers who are there on behalf of the state to safeguard the Hindu institution, you do that. And despite that order, they imposed 163 BNS, and they did not implement this order, and then they moved. So, Harish Ibrahim, where do you stand on this? And then Umaji, I'll come to you. Yeah.
No, the government stand is very clear. There is no politics can be played with the religious sentiments, whether be it BJP or DMK for that matter. And number two, so DMK government is pretty much clear. Let the court hear the two cases which have been pending on the Supreme Court on the same issue, which has a pre-notions of 2014 and 2017 judgment. And even going back to 1930s, when the first demarcations of all these temples and the dargah localities have been handled, the government is pretty much clear. Let us get the orders from the concerned courts to what should be performed on the what basis. But where the overreach happened by the Madras High Court's Madurai bench, Judge Mr. GRS, then the government has to take the stand because he doesn't have any constitutional mandate to go ahead and make sure to give a partisan order. And on that aspect, this is not the first order which Mr. GRS is passing. He himself have categorically said on various Sanatana Dharma conclave or RSS conclave or Hindu conclaves that I act on more than beyond constitution. I act specifically on the sentiments of one particular religion. So when he has a particular judge who should be acting on the constitutional framework, when he doesn't, and he has the same kind of cases of almost dozens of cases in his own disposal, which categorically favor one particular belief, then the state government, which wanted to protect its communal harmony in its states, has all its liberty to go ahead and safeguard that.
No, but
number three, 1 second.
Complete.
Let me
Complete.
Let me
No,
come in.
no, 1 minute,
Let
1
me
minute,
come in
Umaji.
now.
1 minute, Umaji.
Let me come in now.
Oh, Umaji, please wait. Let Harish complete. Yes.
Okay, so number three, once if it is a pure communal harmony, because it has been coexisting for almost 100 years. Three temples are there, one dargah is there. Only when the people of Thiruparamkundram doesn't have any issues with any the communal existence has been so harmonious. And even for that matter, Tiruvannamalai, the Deepam has been carried out for almost 30 lakh people have been gathered without even a 0.01% of disrespect or disharmony. Number four, only when the BJP outsiders coming and creating favor
of movement in regards to political disharmony, then the state government has its own right and liberty to act in its free
Okay.
will to safeguard its people from
Right.
these BJP's hooliganism, which they tried in North India, which will not ever be done here
No,
in
but-
South
but-
India, that too particular in Tamil Nadu.
No. See, but I'm just saying that you can make the political statements. However, in this case, the first judgment was not even to the petitioner, allowing the petitioner to go up to the deepathoon. It was the HRNC EO who was instructed to go ahead and light this lamp. That's the first order that came. And the DMK and the EO refused to follow that order and said, I will not do it. And went back. Now, that is when day 2, the second part happened, where the petitioner along with 10 more people was then allowed to go because the HRNC official himself did not implement. Now, had that happened, then this whole ruckus would not have been there. And it is as per the High Court judgment. Justice Swaminathan, you cannot prove that he has not followed due procedure, whatever a person's beliefs. Because the DMK did, 1 minute, the DMK did not move to impeach the 4 justices who stood in protest against the NJAC which was passed by Parliament, the National Judicial Accountability Bill. They didn't stand up there. When one of the judges, his relative was a clear Politburo member of the left, at that time the DMK did not take umbrage. Where was the DMK's aspect of practicing personal ideology and personal belief and also professional thing? The DMK does not have a problem when their own party spokespersons, party leaders practice law in the courts while profusing an ideology which does not recognize certain other beliefs and endorses a stated position by E.V. Ramaswamy Nayakar, which decried the Hindu faith. At that time, the DMK does not take a position. A DMK does not take a position where a political party MP argues on behalf of those who are standing there questioning the actual reality and existence
Okay,
of
can I
Ram,
respond? Okay,
existence of Ram itself. So at that time, where are these standards that you are espousing right now, Mr. Hari Subramanian? Now, Umanandan. No, wait. Umanandan. 1 minute. Umanandan. 1 minute. So I'm just saying it's quite rich when it is one-sided. Yes.
This is the problem.
I am not going into the legal aspect of it because you have already spoken with MRV and T.R. Ramesh has spoken on the Agama issue and the old issue. I am only going into the color that has been posted for the judge. I would like to ask the DMK spokesperson, what about
not in the DMK
Justice
spokesperson,
Rathnaveli
madam.
Pandian,
Please
who was a
correct
DMK
yourself.
member, and he then went on to become the Supreme Court judge. And what about Hari Parandaman? What about Justice Chandru and the Mangal Sutra case which came before the Hari Parandaman court? And he gave the verdict at 8:30 p.m. from 11 o'clock morning to 8:30 p.m. Did anybody jump? And Jawaharullah, a sitting MLA who was convicted in a case, and then the judge said Ramzan is approaching, so let him be on parole outside. Did anybody jump on that? And why should a color be put only for Mr. G.R. Swaminathan when all these people, Rathnaveli Pandian, Justice Chandru, then Justice Hari Parandaman, we know all about their colors, and you have half of them, and you had one judge sitting at the feet of Mr. Karunanidhi, the then Chief Minister, who was elevated to the judge. Is that not an anachronism? They have the audacity to talk about G.R. Swaminathan now?
Of course, we should
No,
say because
the
he
colors,
is
because he's a Brahmin, because he's a Brahmin, because he's a Brahmin, he's being targeted. What about the other 2 judges who gave the verdict? What about the other 2 judges who gave a verdict? You had a judge who was elevated sitting at the feet of Mr. Karunanidhi. What is that? Goes to his house. It's all right if you give a bouquet or something. Sitting at the feet of Mr. Karunanidhi and getting his blessings. Is that not a questionable thing? And what about the other 2 judges who gave the verdict after Mr. GRS? Why are they keeping quiet on that?
Yeah.
They favored they agreed with Mr. GRS.
That is the other. No,
Yeah.
1 minute. That is the other
are
part.
those 2 not?
Okay, Harish, you can respond and then I'll go to T.R. Ramesh. The thing is, the other part is the second day, when the HRNC officials went back to the division bench, the division bench upheld Justice
The Tamil
Swamy.
Nadu HRNC manual is there.
Okay, ma'am.
The Tamil Nadu HRNC manual accepts this.
Yeah.
Accepts this as a Deepam stone.
Yeah, it
The
does.
Tamil Nadu HRNC manual.
It
What
accepts.
about
No,
that?
you put it across to the apex court and argue with that.
No,
case.
but why?
There is no, there
so-
is no.
no,
You
are
can,
you
you
trying
can
to?
spin your
No, are
stories,
you?
Madam
Are you
Anandan,
trying to
you
say?
can spin your stories.
No, it's not about spinning stories. It's there in the manual and it is true. The other part,
Let's
which
be,
is a
let's
fact-
be, ta-
no,
let's
the
be taken
other
to the
fact,
apex court.
the other fact is that the division bench of the Madras High Court upheld Justice Swaminathan's judgment. It did not strike it down. And that also was not accepted by the DMK government, and they did not allow the deepathoon to be lit. So the faith of the Hindu devotees, after getting a legal okay, not just by one judge or the Madurai bench, but the division bench, that was disrespect, Haris Ibrahim. So
No. We,
yeah, it was.
as I said earlier, we are the communal harmony in Tamil Nadu coexists for almost 100 years without any kind of disrespect. And only when the
Come
BJP
on,
want to
come
try
on,
to do,
stop this narrative.
No,
Stop this narrative.
So, Madam have picked out so many judges' names.
What harmony are they talking?
Umaji, let's not,
What are
please,
they
let us
talking?
not speak over
The
each other,
Hindus
Umaji,
being-
please.
Please, give me a second.
Umaji,
So-
please let him speak and then you counter him, man. Please, I request you. Let's not speak over each other.
Madam had taken out so many previous judges' names. Those judges stood for the communal harmony. Those judges stood for the social justice and the social fabric of
Umaji,
this
please.
great nation.
Umaji, please. Umaji,
The
please.
judge, even who doesn't have any constitutional authority, he himself
You have not
on
answered
his particular. No, one second.
You have not
Let
answered
me
in
complete.
this case.
Sir,
In this
sir,
case,
let
there
me
was no
complete.
BJP involved.
Sir,
In this
let-
case,
no,
the
no, no,
court,
no, no,
the
no, no,
court's
no, no,
orders
no.
were not
The
implemented
Hindu
by the
Munnani,
DMK.
the Hindu Munnani person have been backlisted by the BJP,
No,
and he is the front-end
whatever is
person
the
who
case, the
by-
court has,
No, one second.
the court made an order, passed
No,
an
you are
order.
not allowing me
that-
to complete.
No,
You are not allowing
Harish,
me
you're
to
not
complete.
answering
Then
my
how you
question.
will-
I asked you a
Let
simple
me-
question. What was my question? It's not about how many people, how many protesters came or whatever came. I am saying the division bench upheld Justice Swaminathan's judgment and asked the temple authorities to light the lamp. The temple authorities
It has
refused.
been
Who's at
littered.
fault?
It has been littered on the Perumal temple.
No.
On where?
No, it's not the Perumal temple. You are wrong. It was not littered there. There is no Perumal temple there, sir. It's a Shaivite temple. It is the Uchi Pillayar temple. 1 minute. No. Uchi Pillayar. That's I said. Uchi Pillayar temple is a Ganesha temple. It's a higher Ganesha. It's just fifth. 1 minute, sir. If it was lit. 1
Sir,
minute.
you are-
1
you
minute,
are
Harish.
giving a wrong
Let's not.
information.
No, you are giving the wrong information. You got the
are giving
deity's
wrong
name wrong.
information.
You got the date. You got the deity's name wrong. I am not. I corrected you. One. No. It was no. There is no Balaji temple there. 1 minute. It's a Murugan temple, and above that is Muruga's brother
You
Uchi
have-
Pillayar,
you
whose
have
temple.
three-
The two.
Uchi
The
Pillayar,
two.
Uchi
The two.
Pillayar, I am
The
wrong.
two
Okay,
temples.
Uchi
The two
Pillayar.
temples. The entire mountain is supposed to be deemed as Shiva. Along with the Annamalai temple. The other part. Let me also tell you, sir. That temple, the Uchi Pillayar temple, is only 50 meters above the current temple. That is the Tirupuran Kuntram Subramaniya Swamy temple.
That is where each
1
and every year
minute,
the Deepam
1
will be
minute.
lifted
The Deepathoon is at the top of the Shikhara, 500 meters above, 17.5 meters beyond the dargah area, away from the dargah, and that is where the Deepam was supposed to be
give the
lit by the
proof,
HRNC
give the
operator.
proof. Give
Yeah,
the proof.
it was proven. It is proven
No, you
in
give-
front
you
of the
give the
petitioners.
proof
It
to
is
the
proven.
Apex Court. Apex
No, why
Court?
Apex Court? No, so that
no,
means
why
that the
you are
DMK
sitting-
government,
why
that
you
the
are sitting-
DMK
why
government
you are
is
sitting-
openly disrespecting the division bench of the Madras High Court and
No.
all the judges of the Madras High Court, and it's not
Let
just
them-
Justice
let them
Swaminathan.
prove it.
This is
No,
they have
sir.
proven it, they have measured it, they have proven it.
Sir,
It has been shown, and that the
it
sad
is-
part is
it is
the sad
judicial
part is that
overreach.
even before
It
the
is
hearing
judicial
commences on
overreach.
Friday in the Madras High Court and then moves to the Supreme Court, the DMK moved to impeach this judge. That's the audacity of the state government that stands out, which you are refusing to speak about. Yes, Uma Anandan, and after that, T.R. Ramesh. Uma Anandan. That's what I'm saying. No.
You are not even
See, I
allowing
would
me
like
to
No,
to
because
ask-
you are not
I would
speaking
like to ask
facts.
the Tamil
You are
Nadu
not
government-
speaking
No,
facts.
no,
This
no,
is
no, no, no.
inconvenient
I
for
would
you.
like to ask the
It's
Tamil Nadu
inconvenient
government
for
the
you. I've been
following
caught,
question.
sir. You've been
No,
caught
no,
misinforming,
no.
misinforming,
What is that to be
misrepresenting, and I'm
caught
saying,
here?
sir, if there is a judgment of the court,
No,
you have
you
to
are-
respect.
you
The
are-
state
you
government
are
does not
giving
respect.
false
That means the state.
information.
No, you are giving false information.
the
And
HRNC
1996
has
judgment. Pick out the
lifted
1996
I would like
judgment. The 1996 judgment says anything which is beyond 15 meters of the dargah is permitted. It was not permitted. 2005, the Muslim Pak said we don't have a problem. It was still not permitted. Now, 2025, two benches have said, Justice Swaminathan and the division bench, and still it's been disrespected. So, who should be held in contempt? Who should apologize, and who is actually playing brazen appeasement and intimidation politics is evident. One minute,
where do these people went on the ADMK rule for last
I would like to ask Tamil Nadu government this. Tamil Nadu government, a year ago in Coimbatore, in the heart of Chennai city, a mosque built on an encroached land, government land. The court gave a verdict that the mosque has to be demolished. Till now, it has not been done. More than a year. What is the government doing? And the next, just about 15 days, 20 days back, a church in Pallavaram again on a private property. The church has given orders. Even the Supreme Court appeal was dismissed by this Christian thing. That church still stands because the people are protesting outside. So they will respect the Christian and Muslim, but not the Hindu this thing. And he talks about harmony. What nonsense is he talking? The harmony is only for the others, not for Hindus.
The point is.
What about the court verdict for that?
Ramesh, there are a lot of questions to be asked. I'm going to come back to the same simple point. Whatever Hindus are demanding, etc., is one part. The division bench also upheld Justice Swaminathan's judgment. They did not find anything wrong with that judgment. So who's at fault here then? Ramesh.
Anandji, see, whenever a judgment goes against, particularly the so-called Hindu Religious and Charitable Endowments Department, they never obey it. On 7/6/2021, the division bench of Justice Mahadevan and Justice Adikeshwaru, they gave 75 directions regarding administration of temples.
Right.
75 directions. The government side went for a review. The review judgment also came in 2023, 1st June. Till date, none of the 75 directions have been complied with. This is regarding temple management. On 21st August 2025, I obtained an direction from the division bench of Madras High Court that the audit reports of top 50 temples should be uploaded in the website in a downloadable PDF format. Till date, that has not been done. Court has now given time till 18th December. On 9th January 2025, the division bench, the Honorable First Bench of Madras High Court, gave a detailed judgment that the temple fund should not be used for building commercial complexes. But that judgment was brazenly violated time and again. And on 19/6/2025, the same bench in my case gave a status quo order that none of the purposes which are not permitted under the HRC Act, the civil work should not go on. This is being brazenly violated, and the Minister for the HRC department, Shekhar Babu, goes and inspects these works and says, go on, carry it, finish it before the...
Right.
So that it can be shown as they have opened something before the elections.
See,
so they are the habitual offenders, HRC department, Tamil Nadu department. Whenever a judgment goes against them, they never obey these judgments. Here, they wanted to hit two mangoes with one stone. One is not do a Hindu temple function. Second, project themselves as the protector of minorities when there was no need or no occasion to do that.
No, and the point is the state is supposed to protect everybody's interests. So nobody is going to... See, if there is anybody who disrespects the court's judgment that a lamp is lit or people go within 15 meters of the dargah, I'll be one of the first people to sit here and say that what they have done is wrong and their court order should not be violated. The same way, if the right to pray is equal for everyone and every faith should be respected, and if the Hindu devotees and the petitioners have got a fair judgment with the court, who has gone there physically and measured and then delivered the judgment, then the state is bound. The state is bound by the constitutional oath that it takes to protect everybody's interest to implement this. What the comments that are coming from the DMK are pointing to a very, very dangerous game. They are the ones who are now wanting to sow a Hindu-Muslim divide using this. Now that is very, very sad if these utterances are coming Now we will wait for the courts to also decide, because the
Just
courts
one
are going to
minute,
accept the
just
facts.
one
Yes,
thing,
yes,
Anandji.
yes. Yes, dear Ramesh. I have to
Article
wind up.
25, the fundamental right to profess, practice, and propagate, is equally there for Hindus also.
Yes.
There is no such thing as minority right as far as religion is concerned in our constitution.
No, and minority does not mean Muslims. Muslims are the second largest majority in our country.
Second
sir.
largest,
Majority.
and they are majority in many
They are the
districts.
second largest majority in our country, and in this case, sir, this is
And
not a
treated
Hindu.
as a third
In
class
this,
citizen.
no, in this case, no, sir. They are doing far better than in Muslim countries themselves. You should see how the Rohingyas were treated by the
No, no,
OIC.
no.
You should see
No,
how the
absolutely.
Rohingyas were
If you
treated
give
by
me
the
a fair
OIC.
30 seconds.
How
You give me a
the
30 seconds before you
Rohingyas have been
close.
treated by the OIC, that itself is
No,
fair. How the
you
Syrians,
give me-
how the
you
Syrians,
give me-
how the Syrians were treated by the OIC, it is very, very good, very, very evident. Where they have had to migrate to Western Europe and not to the Islamic
No, in
countries,
Tamil
itself is
Nadu,
itself
in
evident.
Tamil Nadu,
Itself is evident.
the
So very
BJP
sad, very,
game
very,
can't
very
be
lame
played.
argument
Simple.
there. The point is, sir, in
BJP
this case, this
game
is
will
not even a
be
Hindu-Muslim
played in
issue.
Tamil Nadu
Sir, in this
because
case, it is
MK
not even a
Stalin
Hindu.
is more
It
dangerous than
is
MK Stalin is
it
more
is
dangerous than Karunanidhi.
more.
It
It
is
is
beyond
more.
contempt
It
of
is
court.
more.
Play
It is
of
ridiculous.
divisive
I have to
politics
wind
will
up.
not
It is.
happen in Tamil
This is not
Nadu.
even a
Take
Hindu.
it for that.
It is not even a Hindu-Muslim issue. This case, because the Muslims didn't have an issue as long as the dargah was 15 meters distance was maintained. Let's see what the